What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jesimein. Here I am with my personal skill build that you've been asking for. Let's get right into it. 117,000 DPS, 103,000 health, and 42,000 skill power. Let's get right into my vest. I'm running a Reckless vest with 1361 armor, so I don't have to worry about mitigation on mod slots, and it works out perfectly fine. I'm running an electronics mod and a stamina mod that both give skill power. I'm trying to get it as high as possible before I have to rely on any mod slots. I have a Sentry's Call mask with 5,000 skill power and a major attribute, which is super important because it's like a double buff with the Tactician's Authority. Going down to the mod slot, I have a stamina mod that gives extra health to push me over that 100k. I'm running the Nomad knee pads, and people ask why. I say that because they give the best health rolls, and it works out perfectly fine with the high armor. And I have an electronics mod with skill haste because that's super vital when you're running this build. I swear it is. Going to my holster, I have another 1,000 armor. Really good mitigation. I don't have to really worry about armor on mod slots, which is very, very convenient. This gives me my buffs, 4,000 skill power, 20% skill haste, and another armor slot to get that past that 65%. Going to my gloves, I have my sticky gloves, which gives me max damage on the sticky glove, and then I have my critical hit for my DPS when I feel like shooting, which I really don't like. But going to my backpack, I have 4,000 skill power. Additionally, I have the explosion radius on my backpack, which is vital. This is why I get these high damage shots without having to hit the middle. And I have a stamina mod with skill power. It works out perfectly fine, dude. That's the depth of the build. I have my sticky, as you can see, at 250 cap. Works fine, and my health that gives me just enough to have overheal no matter what health I'm at, which is pretty convenient. And a lot of people ask me like what talents I use. Here they are. Triage, of course, so I can get that nice little buff to my little skill haste. I have strike back. I also have this whenever I run, my shock turret. I like to use this. I like shock and, Hawk crews and stuff. And chain reaction, my bread and butter, dropping people when they stand next to each other. Or people call me noobs, but it's fine, People ask me why this skill build is better than the others or whatever. Honestly, I'm not saying it's better than any of them. I'm not saying that it's the best. I'm not saying that it dominates the game. I'm just saying how I have my build set up. I never have a problem going against any type of DPS builds. I don't have a problem going against groups. I don't have that problem. I'm going to show you guys some game clips, just a little survivability for the people who say it's a glass cannon and how it works. But let me tell you guys something. Everybody relies on this game as a shooter. Everybody sees it as shoot, gun them down, let's have the highest DPS possible and try to get health up, and that's the only way to play the game. No, dude. I promise you that's not the only way to play this game. I dived into this playing with electronics from jump because I was like, okay, everybody's playing with DPS. Everybody wants to have so-and-so amount of DPS and health, and they're not even worried about skill power. And skill power wasn't attractive to anybody because it really wasn't worth it. When you played the beta, it wasn't really a necessity. We didn't understand it fully, but when you dive into it, you start realizing how lethal the combinations are. People say it takes no skill to shoot a sticky and run away and pop health and all this, but in reality you got to realize it takes way more skill to try to stay alive to get that sticky bomb back than it does just to maul somebody down with incredibly high DPS, especially when you're in a group. I like to run solo. When I go on my little solo manhunt, I know I'm going to be fighting the server, so I make sure my build is set up to fight against that. No matter what your DPS is, it does not matter if you're dead. If you get melted by 20 people, you can only focus fire on one person. And people are so critical when they come to this. I get it. I understand that it takes way more skill in your eyes to shoot somebody, to be more accurate or whatnot, but you got to open your mind a little bit. I like to have fun with the game I play. I don't have a bad time trying to kill somebody. I can drop nearly most people I've come across. Who knows, there might be a build out there that I've yet to see that can just dominate me. But you only have so much capabilities right now. Everybody's running around with sentries, and they think that that's the whole meta. But as you can see, when you sticky bomb, yes, it's not guaranteed to drop all the time. Nothing in this game is guaranteed to drop all the time. You can sit there and shock turret somebody, spray them in the head, and they still won't drop. It's all situational, like everybody says. But the thing is, I have my health so high to the point where I can literally run around everybody until my sticky's back. And you can only take so many sticky shots after you pop all your med kits. Me, I don't really have to use my med kits because my health comes back instantly. Will I say this build is broken? I definitely think so. I definitely think the fact that I can drop 4 people who either, even if they're paying attention or not paying attention, if you're standing, which most of the time people stand next to each other, like as you can see, They like piling up and they get dropped one by one. And as much as you say you want to plan for it, if I have to change your gameplay and how you play, if I have to change your way of playing, that means that my build is doing something to counter yours. You don't have to change the way I play. I'm going to play evasive, I'm going to dodge, I'm going to hit corners, I'm going to lure you, I'm going to tunnel you down, and I'm going to keep picking and poking until I catch you guys slipping. And that's the beauty of the Tactician's Authority. I mean, the whole build is named Tacticians, like you're tactical, you're strategic. I just make sure I catch people, like as you can see, I catch people slipping one by one, and if they can't drop me in a group, I have no worries running around a single person, running around 2 or 3 people. Usually when I get dropped, I'm either on fire by bullets, a shock turret, or Lord happens if I get caught somewhere, which, you know, I know the map pretty well, so I'm not worried about that. People ask me how hard was it to build. I'm not gonna say it was hard, but the only reason I say that is because I started electronics early. Like, all my good armor was rolled towards electronics from jump, so it'll probably be harder for a DPS person who rolled all their good stuff to firearms or to whatever to jump on this and to get on this trend or whatever you guys want to call it, whatever it became. I think it's a little harder to do that, but is it doable? Absolutely, I think so. I mean, am I a pioneer? I'm not gonna say I'm a pioneer. I'm not gonna say I'm the best. I let my content show whatever it is. I let whoever wants to play, I let them be the judge of that. Sticky bomb is way deeper than people think. You think it's easy to shoot that thing and blow it up and kill somebody, when you have to realize you have to aim too, and you have to anticipate, and you have to plant, and you have to set up. Like, for example, like right here, I put it down and it becomes a landmine, and they follow. They're hungry for the rogue, so they're gonna try their best to kill me, so they're gonna follow suit, and they're gonna get blown up. And I don't have to worry about getting melted by a sentry's call, because you're not gonna kill me if I'm moving around. Sentry call is good for when you want a headshot, and that's it. If you're shock turreted, that's when it's really good. But for the most part, if a person's running around, even if you get the tags, you're not gonna do enough DPS immediately to kill a person that's being evasive. And my whole playstyle is evasive. But, you know, I just hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just give me a little rant. Skill builds are the best, man. It's the best.